Welcome YouTube family, I'm Fillmo and this is Fillmo Cinema, and today I'll be giving you a complete review of Jordan Peele's masterpiece, Nope. Now the film contains a lot of hidden themes and a lot of symbolism, and there's been a lot of speculation and debate out there, but I feel like I got it figured out here on Fillmo Cinema, and we're going to be covering that today. But before we do, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that button, and let's get straight into it. Now the film opens in what seems to be an abandoned TV studio, and we see a body lying motionless, and there's a chimp who we come to find out is Gordy, and he's walking up to the camera in bloodied clothing. Then it cuts. We then cut to the Haywood Ranch, where Otis Haywood Sr., who's played by the legendary actor Keith David, and his son, Otis Haywood Jr., who's played by Daniel Kaluuya. They're getting ready to handle business for the day and get the horses together when suddenly objects begin falling from out of the sky. One of them strike the father, who falls off the horse, and OJ, who's the son, gets off the horse and begins running toward the father. Now on the way to the hospital, the father dies. But when he gets to the hospital, he finds out that it was a nickel, like a coin, supposedly fell from an airplane and caused Mr. Haywood to die. OJ knows that there's something deeper than that. So now for the rest of the movie, there's these inserts that are named after the horses. So the first one is Ghost. So now we fast forward 6 months later, and OJ is on set with one of his horses, Ghost. The camera crew and the director, Mr. Horse, they're kind of giving OJ a hard time because they're used to dealing with his father. They have to get used to dealing with OJ, who's shy and somewhat of an introvert, you know what I'm saying? Well, he is an introvert, the stoic type. Now he's waiting on his sister, Emerald Haywood, who's played by the phenomenal Keke Palmer, to come and give the whole briefing. But she isn't there, she isn't coming on time, so now he has to find it in him to talk and give these people the Haywood rundown, so to speak. Emerald, she arrives, and then she gives a phenomenal speech about the Haywood family history.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great-grandfather.
So after the speech, one of the crew brings up a mirror and holds it to the eye of the horse, which causes them to kick and almost hit one of the crew members. OJ and Emerald get fired. Then they go and visit the theme park Jupiter's Claim, which is not far from the ranch, who's run by Ricky, a former child star, and who we come to find out is tied to the Gordy tragedy that appeared earlier in the film. So Ricky begins telling them about, you know, his history with film and whatnot, and then he tells them about the Gordy tragedy, but he doesn't go into too much detail. Now, the whole meeting is about selling the horse because they need the money. So that night, OJ and Emerald are on the porch, and OJ is explaining to Emerald that their father's death was suspicious, and he was talking about the cloud.
You see?
Something above the clouds. That's big.
How big?
Big.
So that night they're visited by the UFO, and it scoops up a couple horses, and apparently this UFO knocks out electricity whenever it's around. Then it swiftly flies away, you know what I'm saying? Don't even make no goddamn noise really. Now, that pushes us into Act 2, and the goal for our pair is to now get the Oprah shot.
The Oprah shot.
And the Oprah shot is to basically get this UFO or whatever the it is on film. So they link up with electronics whiz Angel, and they convince him to set up a surveillance system with a backup camera in case the other one goes out, which it will whenever the electricity goes out, so they can capture this UFO on camera. So that night they set up bait, a fake plastic horse, big giant plastic horse with colorful little flag banners around it. So the UFO comes and it ends up scooping up the bait. But the only problem is when it comes, a praying mantis is blocking the view of the backup camera, so they can't get a clear shot. This brings us to Clover. This is the next one. Now in this chapter, OJ goes to see Ricky about one of his horses that ran away. Ricky has a little show going on in which he is talking to the audience about the spectacle to come. And he says it's been coming for the last 6 months. Pete, the last 6 months, Otis Haywood Sr. died 6 months prior. And he's using the spectacle to make profit. Now the horse Clover is in his glass box, and the UFO is summoned by this woman wearing a veil. And under the veil she has this mangled-like face. Oh, and I meant to tell y'all, you have to look at the UFO to attract it.
I don't think they take you. if you don't look at it.
They get what they asked for, and the UFO comes and vacuums up everybody. Ricky, the whole audience, everybody. It almost nabs OJ, but he ducks off in this little building, and it sucks him up, and boom, it knocks him out.
I don't think.
And later on that night, he wakes up, then he goes over and sees that Clover is still in the glass box. He then calls out to Clover, and Clover finally comes over, and he puts Clover up in the truck, and they begin to ride off. But as they begin to ride off, the UFO begins to chase him, and chases him back to the ranch, but OJ stops, and this is one of my favorite scenes of the movie. As he stops, the UFO just hovers over him. It's this great shot hovering over the truck. And him just looking up, he like, nope, hell no, nope. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love Jordan Peele, cause all my niggas, y'all know what's happening. Y'all know what's happening, man. Y'all know we like, nope, we ain't with that bullshit at all. So after that, there's an insert. Now this insert is different. This insert is Gordy. It's not a horse name, it's back to the chimpanzee. And we finally get to see what happened in the beginning scene, you know what I'm saying? So basically Gordy went crazy, and we see a young Ricky hiding under a nearby table, and he's watching everything that's going on. He's witnessing Gordy just maul everybody. Oh, and maul the co-star, but she's not dead, because she's later on in the later scene. But as I was sitting in the movie theater, I just could not understand, why is it so goddamn quiet in this TV studio? Like, why no screams or no nothing? I just felt like it was this scene was a little too quiet for me. They didn't realize till later why Gordy didn't attack him. The tablecloth was kind of obscuring Ricky's view from Gordy, so Gordy didn't really attack him like that. Before he could give him a fist bump, Gordy is shot in the head and Ricky is taken away. So this will now bring us to our next part, which is Lucky. So in Lucky, they are trying to figure out ways to get this extraterrestrial on camera. They remember Mr. Hoyce. Hoyce is like a wildlife videographer or something like that, but he knows how to capture film without electricity. He has like a winding camera. So they get him, and this will bring us to our third act of the film, Jean Jacket. In Jean Jacket, Mr. Hoyce links up with the crew, and they try to set up booby traps to lure Jean Jacket, aka the UFO, in. Because see, now by this point, OJ realizes that the alien is not piloting the UFO, but the UFO is actually the alien that wants to eat people and animals, but it hates plastic and such like that, which is why they raid Jupiter's claim. They get these inflatables and whatnot, take the batteries out. Now the plan is for OJ to lure the alien so that Mr. Hoyce and Angel can capture a picture of, get the Oprah shot.
The Oprah shot.
But there's a fork in the plan when a crazy ass looking dude from TMZ comes riding out there and starts to mess up the plan. He's basically trying to break a story. They're waiting, anticipating Jean Jacket. This guy's out there recording. So Emerald goes to address the TMZ guy and tells him to leave, but he doesn't want to leave. He gets to riding, and he gets into that zero electricity field, and boom, flies off the motorcycle, hurts himself, and Jean Jacket comes and sucks him right on up.
Don't look.
Now, as we continue with the plan, OJ lures Jean Jacket out, and Jean Jacket is chasing OJ. And while this is happening, as it's right damn near there, they get the picture. They get the Oprah shot. But Mr. Hoyce just goes crazy for a moment and says, "Fuck it, we don't deserve the impossible." So he takes the footage, takes the reel, runs up to Jean Jacket, and gets sucked up by Jean Jacket. There goes the damn footage. Now we gotta get more footage. Now Jean Jacket is coming back for Angel, but Angel wraps himself up in barbed wire, and he gets sucked up almost, but then he gets spit back out because he has the barbed wire. Now this apparently pissed Jean Jacket off, because after this we see the final form of Jean Jacket, which looks like a damn inflatable Pokemon at a Macy's parade. Oh, and Jean Jacket almost got M, by the way. OJ's trying to kind of lead Jean Jacket off so that M can do the final stage of their master plan. So OJ is trying to lead him off, and he's almost got the monster, like does this thing, and then I guess opens up. So Emerald goes to Jupiter's claim, where they got this giant inflatable thing tied up. She unties the thing, boom, 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 unties it, and next thing you know, the giant inflatable releases in the air. Now Jean Jacket is coming back towards M, and at this point we don't know if OJ survived or what. Now Jean Jacket takes the bait and takes the inflatable. As it's flying away, there's this like whale, like kind of like whale machine that you turn, and M is turning it to get a picture, because it can take pictures directly up in the sky. As soon as it's getting there, and this, I swear to God, this is one of the best endings ever. As soon M&S jean jacket is flying away. Boom, it just blows up. Blows the fuck up. M saves the day, basically. As the picture develops and she got the Oprah shot, she got jean jacket in its final form as it just was about to get the inflatable. And then she looks in the distance, she sees OJ on the horse smiling, and then she smiles toward the camera, and then boom, cut to credits. That is the end of Jordan Peele's Nope. Now, first of all, Jordan Peele himself said that Nope is about the idea of the spectacle. You know what I'm saying? The spectacle that we all chase as people or chase as artists. But me personally, I think that Jordan Peele was trying to speak on the complex relationship Hollywood has had with minorities since the very beginning of its conception. Black people, we've been an integral part of film since the very start of motion pictures. Even in Hollywood, 1915's Birth of a Nation. The way blacks are portrayed in that movie are savages, and you know, so it was about racism from the very start. And that wasn't the only time we was portrayed as that, but throughout the years of film, blacks, and not only blacks, but minorities in general, Asians, Hispanic, LGBTQ, you know, whatever, they've always faced marginalization when it comes to Hollywood. And the reason I think that Jordan Peele was specifically talking about Hollywood's treatment of minorities is because, okay, the Haywoods are connected to the first motion picture ever, and they are in Hollywood. You can see in the very beginning, OJ doesn't get the respect that he deserves, you know what I'm saying, like, from the camera crew, and they're looking at him like he's an alien. They're looking at him like he doesn't belong. You see what I'm saying? The alien or the US jean jacket represents Hollywood and how Hollywood comes and sucks everything up, you know, that prized possessions such as the horse. If you think about cinema, the industry definitely takes the prized possessions of artists, you know, especially artists of color, basically chews them up and spits them back out, just like jean jacket. Rick is a minority, but he represents the minority who's all about the profit gain, which leads to Ricky's destruction. His whole idea for the spectacle, chasing the spectacle. Oh, and I love the theme of cameras that Jordan Peele uses, you know, the theme that cameras are always ever so present throughout Nope, which leads me to further think that Nope is actually a commentary on Hollywood's relationship with minorities, and definitely give this film 5 stars out of 5. You know what I'm saying? This film is a masterpiece. I really love how Jordan Peele takes the UFO trope and turns it to something completely different. And you know what? I always wondered that, even when, you know, the footage came out a couple years ago of the UFOs or whatever like that, I always wonder, well, why do people always think that the UFO is run by aliens? You know, it's alien that's flying the UFO, and the UFO itself can't be the monster. I love that Jordan Peele tapped into that idea. Now, thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, and go check out my feature film called Joyland, which is available on Tubi, Amazon Prime, YouTube. Make sure you go check that out. I'll be releasing more content. You'll be seeing more Fillmo Cinema. I'm Fillmo. I'm out.